All right, all right. Hey guys, welcome back to the Underground. This is Interactive Chat Volume 81, our weekly Solo Man podcast where we talk about everything news, reviews, announcements, trailers, discussions, the Game Awards, PC support, PlayStation wrap up, all the things PSVR2 related. What is up, everybody? I have missed you. It has been 2 weeks. 2 weeks since I did my last show. 2 weeks ago was Thanksgiving, and as much as I wanted to do it, I was a little preoccupied. And then the week after that, last week, I joined Without Parole and did our kind of Behemoth deep dive. Speaking of Behemoth, we're going to be talking about that today because it has what? On Metacritic, I cannot believe this. We're going to have to talk about this. Also, some brand new updates, some announcements, some news, some trailers. But first, before we get things started, this is, of course, Interactive Chat, where I like to interact with you guys and say, what is up to Looper, the underground game cat elite name squad in the house? Looper, I have a picture of you and I from where we met at PAX East, and I need to send that to you. Remind me so I can send you those pictures. It's a nice picture. Repping his PSVR Underground shirt like a boss. Looking good in that shirt. That's all I got to say. Also, Blue Jew. I was thinking of your Halloween name, and I almost said Boo Jew. Blue Jew, the Underground Game Cat Elite Name Squad in the house. Hello. Thank you for joining. Scott, the PSVR Game Cat for Life. Why, hello there. Silver Nexus. So good to see each and every one of you. But you're not the only people I want to thank. I also want to thank these people down here that support me on Patreon by going to patreon.com/PSVR Underground, supporting me for $1 more a month. Get some extra content on there, usually. There was a bit of a dry spell. However, if you're wondering where my Behemoth review is, there it is. Spoiler alert, I gave it an 8 out of 10, which is much higher and much more fair than what we're going to talk about later. You can also support the channel by just watching and hitting the like and you know, all that good stuff. Or you can also go to vr-rock.com and order yourself a pair of lenses. If you're a new PSVR2 owner, guys, PSVR2 absolutely crushing it. Maybe we'll have to throw that into the discussion today. Selling 20 times more than usual, going by Amazon reviews. Going by like the Amazon reviews alone, it has increased by 20 times and counting ever since the Black Friday deals kicked off, where you can get a headset for $350. So I'm expecting a lot of brand new, I've actually been seeing a lot of brand new PSVR 2 headsets out there. What is up? Welcome to the familia. Make yourself nice and cozy. We got a great community here. Make sure you join us. Make sure you join the Discord that's in the description. Best online community I've ever seen or been a part of. Just amazing groups of people, as you will see here tonight. But anyways, like I was saying, you can also go and get yourself a pair of prescription lenses, which I highly, highly recommend you do. Even if you don't go to vr-rock.com and use my code AJPSVR, get a discount. You should. Those are the ones I use. Those are the ones I really like. Just get any pair if you have to. If you're like, no, I don't want to get your pair, that's fine. Just go get anything. It protects your lenses. It also makes every game look so much better. The first time I ever used the PSVR 2 lenses was with the update to No Man's Sky. So it was two things hitting me at once. It was, first of all, oh my God, like I didn't realize I am almost legally blind until I got those lenses. And then it was with the No Man's Sky update, where it got the update, the dynamic foveated rendering that increased the resolution to like red matter sharpness. And yeah, that was a mind-blowing day for me. Oh, what up, Quill, the game cat? Quill says, AJ just picked up Legendary Tales. Looks great. You heard of it? I've heard of it a little bit. Funny story, actually. So a lot of people have been telling me lately that, some people have been asking about why haven't I finished Legendary Tales yet, or live streamed the final boss battle? the reason was because once I did my last live stream on it, I was like level 43, and you have to be at least level 50 if you want to attempt the last boss. Well, I have some good news. Literally within the last week or two, I actually finally hit level 50. So I am ready to, at some point, do a live stream of the final boss. Maybe it might take multiple attempts. I don't really know. I'm sure he's not easy. Nothing in that game is very easy. But yeah, so I'll try to live stream it, but I really just want to beat it. Like, I'm at the end. I need to just beat it already. But yeah, Legendary Tales, amazing game. Quill the Game Cat. I love the game so much. It's so good. The combat is some of the deepest and best in VR, period. It's also like, a full-length RPG. It's the best RPG on PSVR2 and on most of VR, period. But we have a bunch of stuff to talk about today, so let's go ahead and kick things off, because tonight, y'all, tonight is a special night where we all come together and celebrate video games. As 12, the backlogged Game Cat, I feel you, man. I'm starting to get backlogged too, says, are you going to watch the VGAs? The Video Game Awards are tonight. I'm probably going to watch some of it. The best place to watch it, in case you're unaware, like I said earlier, join our Discord, and you can probably watch it along with us. I'm sure there'll be some people watching it in there and watching it together, chatting. But yeah, the Video Game Awards will be going on tonight. It's just really long. It's like 3.5 hours long. And it's, yeah, if you're into just VR, which I am, like, there's literally, it's like 3.5 hours for maybe a trailer or two at best for a VR game. And then a 5-second award winner. So let's take a quick look actually at the nominees for this year's 2024 Video Game Awards ceremony. At the end of the day, though, I do love the celebration of video games. I've been a gamer my whole life, and I love video games, and I love that there are events like this, ever since E3 went away and all that other stuff, amazing like expos and whatnot. This is really where it's at when it comes to like big game reveals and big exciting, things to look forward to. So, crossing my fingers for some VR stuff, but this is what we have for the nominees for Best VR Game. We have Arizona Sunshine Remake, Asgard's Wrath 2, Batman Arkham Shadow, Metal Hellsinger, and Metro Awakening. Now, without, beating around the bush too much, I think this is easily going to go to Batman because of it's a great game, it's a great IP, and Camouflage did a phenomenal job. I also haven't played Asgard's Wrath 2, but I don't know. I don't know if that even has a chance against Batman. Batman is literally like the hottest game a couple months ago. So, but big shout out to Vertigo Games, man. They have not one, not two, but 3 games on the Game of the Year awards here. They got Arizona Sunshine Remake, which was fantastic. They have they have 2 games on this thing here. And Metro Awakening, which Metro Awakening, you guys, was so amazing. I loved that game so much. It was fantastic. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. Now, the obvious thing here that I've seen everybody mentioning is that, some of the nominees are kind of like, meh. Like, look, I love Metal Hellsinger. If there's anybody that's super biased towards metal, it is me. But a Game of the Year nominee, not even close. It's like an 8 out of 10. I think obviously Resident Evil 4 is missing. It got kind of skimped here, and I actually think Resident Evil 4 had a chance of beating Batman Arkham Shadow, just because of its popularity with the flat screen side and its legacy. So I think Resident Evil 4 got kind of skimped here, or cheated a little bit, but that's okay. I know that's probably not the intention. It just the way things aligned and the release date. It should have been on this list, though. Resident Evil 4 should have absolutely been on this list and might have actually won if it was. The other thing is I got to give a big shout out to 2 other games. Legendary Tales, man. I love Legendary Tales so much, as Quill the Game Cat was just saying. That game is so freaking baller. Like I said, the deepest combat mechanics in VR, some of the deepest. Great physics, great like upgrade system, all those things. I've been playing it again, and it is still holds up, still great, a lot of fun. And then also Madison VR. Madison VR is literally one of the scariest games I have ever played in my life. But it was also just, you know, yes, it had some jank. Yes, it had some things that converting from a flat to VR game, it didn't like, you know, get the full VRAF treatment because it would take like a full redesign from scratch. But that being said, it was still just an amazing game and was awesome. Looper the Underground Game Cat says they didn't just want to give VR Game of the Game of the Year award to a Resident Evil game for the 4th time. Would it have been the 4th time? I know last year was Village, which was debatable. I mean, between that Village and Gran Turismo 7, you know, that's a close one. They're pretty neck and neck. They're also way different. But yeah, I don't know. I guess before that was what, like Resident Evil 7? 4 years in a row? What's the other one? Oh, Resident Evil 4 on Quest 2021. Okay, thank you, Looper. RE7 in 2017, RE4 on Quest in 2021, which, by the way, that RE4 on Quest is really, really good. That was my favorite game on the Quest, one of the only games I actually like played all the way through. And RE8 in 2023. That's hilarious. They should have just done it, man. They should have stuck with the tradition then. Just give it to a Resident Evil game for VR for Game of the Year. You're breaking the tradition now. No, but I really, like I said, I think this is a no-brainer that Batman's going to win. It's a great game. Definitely a big shout out to Metro Awakening as well, which I think is a good contender. What is up, Dead Ringer, Metal Game Cat, Solid Fritz, Atlantic Cohen, Secrets of. I started reading Roadside Picnic. He recommended me this. I've been reading a lot lately, you guys. I've been reading a shit ton in the very little free time I have. Kind of just reading a little bit before I go to bed. I started reading Roadside Picnic, which I then found out is what inspired Stalker. And speaking of Stalker inspired the game over here, Into the Radius. It's all connected, man. It's all connected. What up, Gamer Tag VR? What up, my dude? Fistbump, Awesome Tatum in the house tonight. Vince Virtua. So good to see all of you guys. Thank you so much for joining in tonight. Appreciate you. The love and support right back at you, man. But yeah, no, I started after playing Metro Awakening. I actually started reading Metro 2033. And it's really good so far. It's excellent world building and good characters, memorable moments, like instantly grabbed me. But I had to take a little sidebar and start reading Roadside Picnic as well. I'm just like I'm dual wielding books right now. But anyways, we're not here to talk about books as great as they are. Just remember, you should read a book every now and then. It's good for you. It's good for you. All this video games. As great as they are, man, just pick up a good book and read every now and then. And if you have trouble getting started, start listening to audiobooks or something. Do it while you're working on your garden or your lawn or your whatever, doing the dishes. It's good for you, man. What a bad gaming channel I've become. Now I'm promoting books. Boo! Everyone boo me. No, don't boo me, please. Okay, so that's not all that we have. In regards to the Game Awards news and whatnot, there's actually a sale going on right now. Speaking of Metro Awakening and Arizona Sunshine, really important to note, do not miss this. If you haven't picked them up yet, both of them are on sale right now. Metro Awakening, you guys, is on sale for $31.99. Absolutely go out and buy this. Please go buy this game if you haven't. It is amazing, and it is Really, really awesome. A lot of fun. Great game, great quality, great production values. And, but it might not even need your help. Okay, no, it does, because all VR games, no matter how well they're doing, they need more support regardless, because we're a smaller fan base. But holy shit, man, Metro Awakening slaying the ratings with 1.1K ratings, sitting at a 4.56. Dude, I cannot tell you the last time I saw a game around launch have this many ratings. Even some of the highest profile games get like 600, 700 ratings. And that usually has equated to, in the past, around 10,000 in sales. So this is a couple hundred more ratings that we're looking at, potentially maybe 15, maybe even 20,000 sales on PSVR2 alone. I think, again, the fact that a lot of new headsets are out there because of the 350 sale, that may be contributing to some of it. It's a high profile game, popular IP, and yeah, man, also a fantastic game that reviewed really well. So awesome for that. But also there is Arizona Sunshine Remake, which was also very awesome, and I highly recommend. Of course, the best thing you can do is, if you have it already, do the $10 upgrade. But if not, $23.99 is a good price for this game, and I would recommend it at that price, or maybe a little bit deeper of a sale, because it's an older title, but it's completely remade, so it doesn't feel dated or old. It's actually really great. Great, solid title. Recommend both of these. So good stuff, man. Good stuff, and good luck to Metro tonight. I hope it wins, but Batman probably taking it easily. All right. So Metro also did get an update recently. I think just a couple like bugs and whatever. I didn't experience any bugs that I can think of off the top of my head. That was such a smooth experience. It was really nice. Same with Arizona Sunshine. Didn't have too many issues, although some people said they did. All right, guys. But moving on, the PlayStation 2024 wrap-up is here. So I figured we'd have a little bit of fun and quickly go through my stats for 2024. And I'll be honest with you. This is actually, while my numbers are okay here, these numbers are probably some of my lowest I've had in a while. The reason my numbers are high is because I basically played through most every game completely, and that's where the majority of my hours came from. I didn't have a lot of free time this year. I didn't have a lot of like extra fun. Really just had to stick with, like, you know, doing this and then just playing a game for review and then having to move on because so many other things were releasing. Also, I was like heavily into PC VR this year. This is the year I got my PC. So this is probably represents only half of what I've actually played this year, because it was nearly split with how much. There was not a single release over the entire summer, and I played a lot of PC VR as well. So I think it's like maybe I'd say about 60-40 PSVR 1 to this. So in 2024, I played 95 games. My first game of the year that I played was Walkabout Mini Golf. Played that with Julia. Walkabout's amazing. I've played it a couple times since then. My top 5 games that I've played, number 1 was Legendary Tales, where I played 69 hours. Nice. Love Legendary Tales. Cannot recommend it enough. Yeah, this game is amazing, especially for an indie dev game, indie title. It is deep, but it is like the RPG I've been waiting for. Gran Turismo 7 coming in at second with 28 hours. Also a fantastic must-have system seller game. No Man's Sky, my baby, 25 hours. That's mainly due to some of the updates that happen. Cube VR, also really enjoyed this. I basically just played this to get the platinum, which is basically just doing the main campaign. I'm not like a big builder person, but yeah, man, shout out to Cube for making one of my top 5 most played games of the year. And then finally, Madison VR. Why did I play Madison VR this much? What is wrong with me? I have issues playing 17 hours of Madison. That is some damage, some psychological damage that I'll never recover from. I'm just kidding. Madison's amazing, and it's a must play. Favorite game style was RPGs, calendar. What is this? Game of the month for January. Okay. Game of the month for January was Bulletstorm. February, Legendary Tales. March, Cube. April, Madison. May, Gran Turismo. That's when those updates. May and June, I was really getting. That's when nothing was coming out for PSVR2 over late spring and summer. And so I guess Gran Turismo had the updates, played that. And then, of course, No Man's Sky had its big update. I played that for 2 months because, yeah, that was it, man. All of end of spring and summer was just Gran Turismo and No Man's Sky. And that's why I was really glad to have my PC because nothing else was releasing. I guess developers have just decided to skip summer altogether now for some reason. I don't know. I mean, I know that people typically don't like playing when it's too hot, but come on, man. You can't go like 4 or 5 months without a game. That's crazy. I do not like those long stretches. September is when Into the Radius, things started really picking up again. Into the Radius, dude, this game also a must play. Might I say, Into the Radius, I think actually should have been a Game of the Year contender as well. That absolutely should have been a Game of the Year contender. Pretty amazing game, and I can't wait to go back to it. Arizona Sunshine remake, which is a Game of the Year contender. Metro Awakening, November, which was a Game of the Year contender, and then Skydance's Behemoth is the game I've played the most this month, clocking in at 10 hours. Oops, and yeah, so that's my 2024 wrap up. I thought I'd share with you guys. Like I said. You know, these numbers. Oh, wait, no, hold on. Wait, I think there was more actually. I know I forgot something. Yeah, hold on. There's a little bit more here. No, quit trying to sell me stuff. I played 388 hours. We'll just go to the other thing. 456 trophies, 1 platinum. I don't know what the 1 platinum. Oh, it was Cube. Social stats, probably very low. Campaigns, I don't participate in that. Okay, so I played 95 games, 456 trophies, 388 hours. And again, that's, for me, that's low. That's very low for me. But that is probably about half of what I've actually played because I also played PSVR a lot. And maybe 10, 15 hours on Quest as well. And then my top game was Legendary Tales. Awesome stuff, man. Awesome stuff. Okay, now we can move on. Bad Robo says, what up, dude? Says, Into the Radius is my game of the year right after RE4. Yeah, Into the Radius is fantastic. Let's see here. Walkabout New Year's Eve party. That'd be good. Walkabout has a nice little Christmas update that I look forward to checking out. Awesome game. Silver Next says maybe someday there'll be a best UEVR game award. Maybe. I'm definitely going to be getting into some more PCVR content at some point, but I just so busy. It's really hard to juggle all this stuff. But I definitely have some PSVR2 on PS5 as well as PCVR videos in the works as we speak. So can't wait to share those with you once I get some free time to finish them up. One of them's almost done, kind of. The script's almost done. All right, but that is my 2024 wrap up. Woo! Leonard Cohen says 1,290 hours played. Woo! That's, yeah. I remember my first year of getting PSVR. I had to make up a lot of ground, and I went back and I had the first year, I think in 2018 it was, I had like 3,000 hours. I'm not even joking. I had like 3,000 hours of game time because I played through like I've beaten almost every single PSVR 1 game there is, like literally start to finish every single game. That's like 500 games. And I did the majority of that in like 1 year. And so, yeah, I had like 3,000 hours that year. Vince Virtuous is live reacting to the Game Awards. No, but just gonna, I'd stream it here, but I don't want my channel to get like shut down because that can happen sometimes. But we'll watch it in the Discord together or something. Scott Jesco says, I've played Resident Evil 4 for 45 hours. Wowzers. Jars of Ash, The Legacy of Kane Cat Raziel. I haven't played Soul Reaver Remastered yet. I wish I would have pre-ordered it so I got the discount. But I don't even know when I'd have time to play it anyways. All right, so moving on in the news. Let's see here. I feel like I'm missing a video, and that's because, wait a minute. I shouldn't be, though. Oh, no, I'm not. The next PlayStation Plus Premium title is coming, I think, next month or very soon. And it is, of course, Star Wars Tales from the Galaxy's Edge Enhanced Edition. This is dude, I'll tell you what. The PlayStation catalog premium thing is starting to be pretty good. You've got stuff like Synapse and Synth Riders, and I'm having trouble remembering some of the other games, but there's a lot of good games on there. And now the next one is Star Wars Tales from the Galaxy's Edge Enhanced Edition, and this is coming next week. Thank you, Looper. So this is a really, really good one. I need to go back and finish this. I got to like a stopping point, and apparently I stopped right when it was supposed to get like good. So I was a little underwhelmed at first. It's just, I think for like newcomers to VR, it's probably like mind blowing. And I know some people that just wanting a simple, fun game, it did a lot for them there as well. But for me, I was just looking for something a little bit more, I don't know, deeper, hardcore, I don't know. This was more like kind of like an amusement ride kind of game. It had decent combat though. It's a good basic shooter. I'll have to give this game another try, but it is not always very impressed me. It hasn't impressed me very much, but a lot of people really love it. So great new get, regardless of, that's just my opinion. Outside of my opinion, it is a objectively great game. So that's a good one. It's a very, very good one. So also announced for 2025, we've got something else coming out in 2025 that is pretty exciting. And now I've usually avoided talking about this game because I've waited for more news, but there's been lots of buzz about this. And that is, of course, Blade and Sorcery. Or is it Blades and Sorcery? I don't know. It's either Blade and Sorcery or Blades and Sorcery. I should know this because this is one of the most popular VR games in existence. This is a legitimate system seller. And one of our game cats, our own Darth Vader, the game cat, who was basically about to go out and buy a PC for this game because he just had enough of waiting for it. He talked to the developers, reached out to them, and they said, hey, you may want to hold off getting a PC just yet because they are bringing this into they're planning, I should say, to bring this to PSVR2 in 2025. And yeah, man, I mean, this game, when it comes to like, there's a couple games like this, Swordsman, Hellsplit Arena. Those are the two main ones I'm going to mention for now. But this has always been regarded as the best one. Some of it has to do with the base game itself. A lot of it also has to do with the mod support that it has on the PC side. But with the last update about 6 months ago, there was the Nomad update and the 1.0 full release of this game, which I'm playing the full release trailer right now. They brought in a bunch of new content to this, so that now there's obviously it's known for its like amazing like physics based combat, but now there's stuff like dungeons and loot to get and like some boss battles, it looks like. So this is looking a little bit more gamified, which is really, really nice. They've taken out some of the I didn't see if it was Blade and Sorcery or Blades and Sorcery, but What I'm excited about this is that they've added more gaminess to it, a little bit more content, more depth. So it's not just a basic arena fighter leaning towards tech demo kind of thing, which is kind of how it started out. But now it's looking more like a game. So, you know, it's still going to be probably all about the combat and the physical interactions, things like that. Bad Robo, yes, that is one of the things that basically has been added, is like there's an actual progression system to this now. I don't know about a story. I wouldn't count on much of a story. I don't know for sure, but in terms of like an actual progression system, yes, and a campaign, like Awesome Tatum says. And yeah, a lot of people have been singing this game's praises for years. So exciting that this should likely be coming in 2025. And I think I'm ready. I think I'm ready to finally jump in and see what this game is all about. Obviously, I'm a big fan of Swordsman. Release the Kraken. And some other, like, you know, I like physical combat. I like melee, sword fighting, stuff like that. So really looking forward to this. But yeah, anyone else excited about this, or is it just me? I think it's pretty cool. The other thing that's interesting about this is, like, this game, like I said, this game is legitimately a system seller. People go out, buy PCs for this. People buy, you know, Quest. This is like a must-have for a lot of people on Quest, and one of the best sellers on there. And this game has a huge install base, fan base. So it'll be cool to see it finally come to PSVR2. To me, this is kind of like another one of those Gorilla Tag. Oh, it's Blade and Sorcery. Okay. Another one of those Gorilla Tag, just viral, super popular games. So very good stuff, man. Very good stuff. Looking forward to this. But in other news, we've got 2 significant updates that have dropped. And the first one, of course, is our good friends over at Mixed Realms with Hellsweeper. I'm giving you all my own footage as well, although this isn't going to feature anything new, really. But Hellsweeper has dropped out of nowhere a brand new update. And as you can see, it's got new game mode called Gauntlet. It's got a new boss. It's got new weapon skins. It has also added 3-player co-op. So I jumped back into Hellsweeper. Guys, this game is awesome. And this game, you know, sadly had a rocky launch. Obviously, it didn't do so well because of the, you know, all the issues, mainly the graphics. The graphics were the big thing at launch, graphics and polish. But they later implemented the dynamic foveated rendering, got it looking really nice. This game looks amazing. And now, you know, they've come out and said, like they just want to make this the most badass game that they possibly can. And let me tell you, man, this game is pretty badass. Devil May Cry is one of my favorite game series of all time. It was like one of my favorite IPs on PS2. I've beaten all of them except for the newest one, 5, and that's only because of VR kind of got in the way. But it's one of my favorite all-time series, along with like Twisted Metal and Mega Man. And yeah, this game accurately recreates what it would be like to play as Dante in Devil May Cry, with, you know, being able to summon all these different weapons. You can summon swords, guns. It's a good mix of pistols, guns, you know, all sorts of weapons, axes. And they give you some special abilities. There's lots of magic. You also got a cool little wolf in the game. But yeah, man, I love Devil May Cry. And if you love Devil May Cry, then you have to play this game and you have to check it out, because it is basically Devil May Cry in VR from a gameplay perspective. Obviously, it's a roguelike, which is probably the biggest thing it has going against it. But I don't think that really matters. I think that's better than what they did with Sirento, which was basically just an arena fighter. At least a roguelike system kind of works with this, because it gives it a little bit more of like a progression system. But I think the combat itself is worth experiencing. It's super fun, great sword fighting, and yeah, I'm a big fan of this game. Yeah, not the biggest depth or whatever. I see some people, Bad Robo in it, saying like, you know, after a while they get kind of boring, don't like arenas. That's fair. Because yeah, it's not a story driven game. It's not a story like campaign that I think would, I think I really personally love supporting this game because of what it does mechanically. Like, look at this. Oh my goodness. Being upside down and shooting something's head off, or, you know, flipping upside down, doing backflips, doing cartwheels, all this stuff is extremely satisfying. Well, I can agree that, you know, being a roguelike kind of hurts it in terms of like depth and, you know, versus like having like a main campaign. I absolutely love the style and the gameplay of this game. So for that reason, I do recommend getting it at least on sale when it's on sale. But shout out to these devs who basically have said, look, whether we make our money back or not, which they don't think they are, they're like, we just want to make this game the best it can be and continue to support it. And for that, I feel like it should be supported, because if you have fun with it, I'm not going to go tell people to buy something that they're not going to enjoy, but I thought it was great. I have a lot of fun with it. And yeah, this is definitely one that's kind of like in my backlog. I also played it with the Behaptics vest for the first time because it got support when the official support launched, and it was pretty cool. It's not the best fit for Behaptics, but it feels good, and shooting guns really feels the best with it, with the Behaptics vest. But 3-player co-op, pretty sweet. New weapons and stuff, pretty sweet. New boss. Some of the things that, you know, people said they wanted to see more of, they've been adding to this, so that's pretty cool. But that is not the only update we got. Listen, I talked about this yesterday on Gamescast with Brian and Wes, but I have to give one more shout to this, and I'm going to actually show you some of my gameplay, because Beat Saber got a Metallica update. Hello, let's go. This is awesome, man. Beat Saber got an official Metallica music pack. I think this right here is one. There's 17 songs total. It's $20 total. So it's a little bit more pricey, but it's also one of the bigger packs here. So that kind of has something to do with it. I think this is actually, this isn't one. I think this is Fuel when I burn. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's Fuel right there. But guys, one thing I will say though, you have been warned. This map pack, as amazing as it is difficult. Oh yeah, I'm definitely headbanging right there a little bit when he's like, ooh, yeah. But guys, no, seriously, like I've actually been slowly getting back into Beat Saber, because there's been some new map packs, and you know, I don't know. I guess after hearing that like new Linkin Park song at one point, I was like, it makes me want to go play Beat Saber and play that Linkin Park pack, and because I really like that. My favorite packs before this were basically Linkin Park and Monster Cat Pack Volume 1. But no, those have been dethroned. This is officially my favorite new map pack. I think this this is Battery. I know there's no music. I'm sorry there's no music. But hopefully get to demonstrate that I still got my Beat Saber skills with some disappearing arrows with Battery on Expert. And good God, was this difficult. You'll see. Okay, I'm not going to try and sing the whole thing. But like Awesome Tatum says, thrash is back. You want to see some thrash? This is where some thrash starts kicking in here in just a moment. But yeah, this was incredibly difficult. I love that there's like flamethrowers, like there's like pyrotechnics, and the new map is really, really great. Oh yeah, this is where it finally picks up, and this is where the thrash metal kicks in. Yeah, this is very, very difficult. I captured footage of me getting through this part, but I failed it shortly after the gameplay footage, but I won't show you that because I have no weaknesses and I never lose. But it was really cool, man. There's some other really good stuff here. The video is I could have probably chopped it down just a little bit. But yeah, man, this update is, or this map pack is amazing. And I highly, highly recommend, if you're a fan of metal, which I know many of you are out there, I highly recommend going and picking up the Beat Saber Metallica pack. Good shit. Really, really good stuff. Your move, synth riders. Your move. While as cool as Barbie is in synth riders, I'm sorry, Metallica has the slight edge here. Just a slight edge, I know. But good stuff, man. I'm hoping to, my arms are like melted basically from playing this. But otherwise I'll try to upload some tracks of, playing and getting like S rank. So I will, when again, the reason you're not seeing me play this all the way through for some of these is because, it's too long. That's the thing. Metallica songs are extremely long, at least for compared to like the average song. So these are like 7, 8, 10-minute songs. So yeah, there was not enough time to show you all of them. But like I said, hopefully I can upload some stuff. I'm a little worried about streaming it or playing the music because it's Metallica. And yeah, I don't want them to get my channel a copyright strike or anything. But dude, this map pack, amazing. Highly recommend. Which brings us to the main topic of the evening. Behemoth, you guys. I have not reviewed Behemoth on this channel as of yet. Why? Because I was waiting for the update. I don't know if you've heard or not. You probably have. But the launch of Behemoth has been a little rocky. Mainly due to some launch bugs, as well as some extremely high expectations, which I think is fair. You know, it comes from Skydance Games now, which made The Walking Dead Saints and Sinners to this day like a top 3 VR game of all time. And I did post a review on my Patreon. Shout out to the Patrons, these lovely fine people. I did post a review along with like my first impressions on there, a video. And basically, ultimately, for this game, I think up to Skydance standards, I can see, and maybe the hype behind this game, the long wait, I can see it being a little disappointing to some. And I think the disappointment is kind of what's hurting this game more than it should. It's not, but at the end of the day, like, this is a great game. I gave it an 8 out of 10. And the only reason it got an 8 and not higher is basically because of some of the launch bugs and some of the issues. And yeah, there are some things that were a little disappointing. That being said, what the absolute hell is up with these Metacritic scores? No. These listen, at the most, if I'm being extremely critical, I could see this game maybe being like a 6.5 out of 10. I think it should average out, maybe at the very least, I would give it is a 7 at the very least. Why? Because the Behemoth fights, man, the Behemoth fights in this, while there's only a handful of them, the highs are extremely high in this game. And those Behemoth fights were amazing. Some of the best memories I will ever have in VR. What the hell is with these bogus ass Metacritic scores? First of all, Vince Virtual points out this game has a 4.68 on the PSN store. Let the people speak on whether you're on the fence for Behemoth or not. All I gotta say here is listen to the people, because the people are the ones that are closer to accurately reflecting how good this game is. What do the people say? Like he says, 4.68, also 588 ratings. That's not bad. That again usually comes to around the 10,000 mark in sales. So not too shabby with sales, I'm sure. But here's the thing. I actually think that Behemoth is going to be kind of a snowball game. I think so. First of all, there's an update today. There's an update that happened today, and I will put my. I think I scored it an 8 out of 10. I wouldn't give it a 9, although I can see why, because it does have some, like, those highs are really, really high. So I can see, some people thinking it's a 9 out of 10 just because like those cinematic moments are just like, again, it's kind of like relating to, like, I compare it to like those moments that you can only find in games like Blood and Truth, where it's just like this like cinematic, it's like you're in a movie. It's like you're in an epic movie. And without any spoilers, those second 2 boss fights are incredible. That being said, I agree with some of the issues that, a lot of the bugs held the game back, or are holding the game back from a stronger launch. Yes, because there's like, it's just so many little bugs that it gets annoying. The combat is good. It is not the best combat. It is not even close to like the best combat. But it is very good combat. And I think there's a good system there. I think there's a good parrying system. I like parrying, blocking, stuff like that, sword fighting. So, and I like some of the upgrades. I like using the grappling hook, getting creative with some of the stuff. So, yeah, not a perfect combat system, but I think a very good one. So here's the good news, guys. The good news is that I'm gonna cut to some other footage here now, because I'm gonna give you my own footage, because as of today, Skydance have in fact updated this game, and this, so far from what I have played, you guys, this is the patch I was waiting for. Not everything, I don't think, I still think there may be an issue here or there, but they have patched it. They've fixed the blood. Look, this is all recorded right before the show. I'm making sure to be very thorough, to be like, look, it's not black blood. There is a major patch today, and overall, I've said that this is a must buy, a must play, but wait for the December 12th patch, and that seems to be the case. I am very happy to report this. Because they fixed a lot of game-breaking bugs. They fixed a lot of minor bugs. They've tweaked and balanced different things to make it much better. And now this game, what up, GC? I see GC in the chat, says, AJ, that's so gross. What? It's for science, okay? It's for science. Guys, I do think Behemoth now is a must-play, a must-buy. If you want high quality VR, look, even when I'm hitting my shield right there, little wood chips coming off of it, that is sweet. Now I quickly ran through this and just was jumping through. But no, this fixed a lot of different things that was wrong with the game, some balancing, some graphical issues, and I'm happy. This is the thing I am most happiest to report, is that they fixed my game-breaking bug. I won't spoil it this time, but I will say on my review version, I had a game-breaking bug at the very end of the game, so I couldn't beat it, and that sucked. I'm happy to report that not only have they fixed this bug, but I went back into my save, and the stuff that I needed to finish the game, it has been returned to me. So I don't have to start over to finish this game. So I'm extremely excited to be able to go back into the game right where I left off and finally finish this game. Because apparently there was like one more thing that's really significant that I had to do. But no, my game breaking bug was not only fixed with the patch, but I didn't have to restart it. Like I could just continue right where I left off. So now I get to finish this game. So as far as I know, the only game-breaking bug that I experienced has been fixed. Tons of minor issues. I mean, look at this, guys. Does this game look like a 4 out of 10 to you guys? Look, I'm just quickly going around. Does this look like a 40 out of 100 or a 40 out of 4 out of 10? Metacritic, Push Square, Eurogamer. You're crazy, man. You're crazy. But luckily, you guys, the people are going to bat for Behemoth. Look at this. Bam! Yes! Oh, that's so good. You guys, this game freaking rocks. Absolute must-have. And now it seems like it's fixed to the point to where I feel 100% comfortable saying go out and buy it. Look at this, man. This is so cool. Like, this is so good. How can you not love this? I don't understand. I can understand maybe some bugs getting in the way and stuff, but just from a design perspective, like, yes, there's some things that could have been better, but this is also kick ass, man. This is so good. This is awesome, man. This is awesome. So I think this game is gonna, like I said, gonna continue to snowball. It's already doing well. It has 588 reviews on the store. It has a 4.68 rating on the PSN from actual gamers, not these outlets. And yeah, man, trust the people on this one. This is an awesome game, and you must experience it. So that is my end of my rant regarding the Metacritic score for Behemoth, the bogus Metacritic score. Look at that, man. I just chopped that dude in half. Like, come on, man. Come on. The blood is fixed. Let it rain blood once again. Guys, good shit, man. It's time to go out and get Behemoth if you haven't already. It needs to be added to your library ASAP. Is awesome. But yeah, man, I'm so glad Skydance got this patch out. This was desperately needed because the game was a mess at launch and pre-launch. It was bad. It was a lot of mini bugs. I still gave it an 8 out of 10, kind of assuming that this stuff was going to get fixed. But I waited until now. And after trying this last patch, it's good. It's good to go. Santace Gamer, the Game Cat, says, in AJ's opinion, better or worse than Legendary Tales? Ugh. That's a tough one, man, because they're a little bit different. I think the peaks of this game, like fighting the behemoths and some of the environments, some of the things, I think the highs of this game are higher than Legendary Tales. But I think overall, for me personally, I don't know. The combat is better in Legendary Tales. The combat, the leveling up system, the weapons, a lot of the stuff. I think, here's the thing. I'm a big Souls fan. So as a Souls fan, mainly Bloodborne and Elden Ring, I think I like Legendary Tales a little bit more. Maybe even think it's the better game. But again, if you're not into a Souls game, this game is a little bit more accessible I think this game is a little bit more for a wider audience, if that makes sense. Legendary Tales, technically better game. This game, technically better for a wider audience. So it's kind of complicated to explain, but hopefully that makes sense a little bit. Like, I think this game is more accessible to more people, has some of the production values that a lot of people would like more. But in my opinion, I think Legendary Tales has the edge just as an overall game. I like the combat and stuff. Both, I will say, are a must-have, though. Both are a must-have and must experience, must play, and are awesome and must-have. So there you have it, guys. Well, I hope you enjoyed this. I definitely feel like I vented a lot. Oh, hold on, wait. Drats Ebb, thank you so much for the $10 donation, my friend. I appreciate the love and support. Right back at you. Says Ian works for IGN now. Vader, no. GIF. Did I just say GIF? Oh my God, I did not just say that. GIF, guys. GIF is a peanut butter. You guys should hire him and make a new VR gaming site. Keep up the good work. Well, I think Ian has a side thing that he does, like Ian's VR Corner now. Yeah, because IGN is an absolute. They're just terrible, man. They're run by clowns, and basically all that they have going for them is that they are the most popular, which is kind of important. They're very popular, very influential, because of their legacy, though, more so than who's running the show right now. People like Ryan McCaffrey and some of these other people there are complete toxic clowns, and they have horrible opinions. They're very unprofessional, and nobody really takes them seriously. So, despite all of their power and influence and stuff, I think a lot of people, don't take IGN very seriously. And yeah, unfortunately, Pietrek F says new IGN VR guy is kind of okay. Okay. But Scott, the PSVR game kept for life, says, I blame Jim Ryan. I do too, man. Everything is Jim Ryan's fault. Everything. Okay, Ian's VR Corner is just a regular section on Eurogamer channel that existed long before the acquisition. But yeah, man. So anyways, tonight is the Game Awards, guys, and it is time that we go and celebrate video games together. I saw somebody in the chat say that Batman already won the Game of the Year VR award. So congratulations to Camouflage. Definitely deserved. They're awesome studio, and that was a great game. I think I'd give Batman like a 9 out of 10, 9.5, something like that is what I gave it before. It has issues too, but because it's on Quest, nobody talks about them. So, it's only on PSVR or anything that's not a huge IP. Any new IP that's ambitious and trying to be, actually, Batman VR is very ambitious. So I'm not gonna rag on it, because no, it is pretty awesome, pretty amazing. But I don't think it's as ambitious as this game, which this kind of shows some of its issues because of its ambitions, and development issues. But Steve Irie says, have you tried Halo yet, AJ? No, I have not, but I want to. Batman VR has an 84 on Metacritic. That's about right. I mean, I could see that. Like, I think you could bump it up a little bit. I'd probably at the very least have it in the high 8s at the lowest. But I'm more like a 9 out of 10 for it, just because it does so many good things. But yeah, that's a little bit more fair. It's a lot more fair than what Behemoth got. It also doesn't help that there's like 4 reviewers on there. Like, what is that? Like, why even bother having that section there? If it's like 2 or 3 people, like you need lots of reviews to kind of get a nice average score. And right now it's just like a couple people poo-pooed on it. And now it's sitting at a 40 out of 100, which is crap. That is, I give the Metacritic score for Behemoth a 40 out of 100. No, I give it less. I give it a 20 out of 100. Let's see here. Apprentice Summer Scale says 84 is awesome Metacritic score for a VR game. Yeah, I could see that. Looper says Behemoth grappling hook greater than Batclaw. Ooh, I don't know. They both have their strengths and weaknesses. The Batclaw was like my favorite part about Batman. That was my favorite part. It was such a good feeling using that. The grappling hook was not my favorite part about Behemoth, although I really liked it. It wasn't my favorite part because I don't think that there was enough platforming with it. Like I wanted, if there's something I would add to Behemoth, I would add more platforming sections, to break up some of the repetitive fighting, some of the puzzles and whatnot. I think there should have been more. I would have liked more platforming, like swinging down the side of a mountain, You know, there are definitely some missed opportunities there, but I'm not really gonna knock a game for I don't know. I in some cases I do, some cases I don't. This one I'm like, eh. Bad Robo says rope physics in Behemoth is 10 out of 10. I agree. I love the rope physics, how good the, like, you know, messing with the rope feels and bending it and playing with the rope. It does feel great. 4D, what up, man? Says AJ, quick question. Did you run into any Sense controller to PC connectivity issues with the Asus BT500, or is it still the best option? I don't think I tested the BT500, my man. I use use your internal Bluetooth card and just use the antenna. I did have okay, so we'll go ahead and open up the rest of the show here. I guess we'll go on a little bit longer here to just hang out, have some fun, answer some questions, talk a little bit before we go watch the awards. Make sure you go join our Discord. Yeah, use your internal antenna, or use your internal Bluetooth card on your PC and use the antenna, or use an antenna. It is much better than the Asus thing. Some people still had issues with the BT500, although it is better. Thank you, Scott, the PSVR game cap for life. I've got, like I said, I've got some more PC stuff coming in hot pretty soon. I have a new PC that's on the way. I'm selling this PC to a friend. I sold lots of other stuff. And I managed to get basically my dream PC. So I'm really excited about that. But I've got some other cool stuff, PC related stuff that I can't wait to share soon. Something that might blow some of your minds, especially if you're old like me. Then you'll really like it. Pietrek F says Village PSVR2 is an 82. That's too low. As a PSVR2 game, Village is amazing. It is possibly still the best PSVR2 game. It's phenomenal. That is way too low. Way too low for Village. Resident Evil 4 is an 89. See, I'd probably flip-flop those. I know people love Resident Evil 4 so much, but there's issues with that game that nobody mentions that I understand it's easy to overlook because of how great the game is, but there's like some really big issues there. And I think it just shows that, Resident Evil 4 is way more replayable because Village is basically not replayable at all, which sucks. That's probably its biggest downfall, is it has like zero replay value. But man, it's just from start to finish was just so good in VR. So yeah, I think Village is the better VR game, but 4 is the better game overall, even with the issues. Stuff like the jet ski part is messed up. There's some moments. Some of my gripes with Resident Evil 4 actually come from the remake, not so much as something specific to the PSVR version. It's some of my things that I wish were better were kind of like things that got like cut or changed from the remake. I don't like the boss battles. The boss battles in 4 I don't think are really that great. They're pretty bad, actually, kind of. I know that might be crazy to some. The boss battles in Resident Evil Village, however, are literally the best boss battles I have ever played in my life. So, Steve IRE says, what card did you get, you guys? So I'm broke now. I got my dream PC over Black Friday. I waited and waited and waited. I sold a bunch of stuff. I saved up since basically earlier this year. I got an AMD 7800 X3D CPU with an RTX 4090. I got the 4090, which I know is not going to be the latest and greatest graphics card in a couple months. I don't really care. I don't think I need the latest and greatest for next year. I think the 4090 will be enough for me for what I'm wanting to do. Yes, there's always going to be something slightly better. But but I got literally the best PC I could possibly get. And it was insanely expensive. And it makes me want to cry just thinking about it. But what will make it feel better is that it's actually on the way and it's supposed to get here very soon. It's supposed to be here within a week. So I'm really excited. But dude, I threw everything I had at it. I gave it my best shot. I literally got the best PC I could possibly get. I cannot wait. And I cannot wait to do stuff and show off more UEVR. So, look forward to me playing Cyberpunk 2077 in VR on the channel, Silent Hill 2. I'm going to jump back into Returnal, finish that. A lot of AAA games. It's going to be a really fun time. My favorite game of all time. Going to go back and finish it. Final Fantasy VII Remake. Eventually, hopefully, get to play Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Yeah. I was able to do a lot with a 4060 Ti. I was actually pretty happy with what I was able to squeeze out of that. But listen, man, when it comes to UEVR, like to do UEVR, you need a futuristic supercomputer, basically. And that's what I had to go and get. So a 4060 Ti was great, especially for native VR games. But for UEVR, you had to turn down some settings, a lot of settings. You had to turn down resolution a lot of the times. It just couldn't handle running a flat game twice, basically, which most computers are not designed to do or intended. That's why you have to unleash the power and the beast of the 4090. So I'm really, really excited about that, man. It's an absolute monster, 7800 X3D, RTX 4090, 4 terabyte SSD, 64 gigabytes of RAM. I literally got the best PC I possibly could. And like I said, I'm broke. So thank you, as always, for your support. All these people on Patreon, donations, everything. I still paid a lot out of pocket. Most of the money goes right back into the channel. I don't make that much here. But at least I'll have something to eat at night because of you guys' help. So, GC13 says, AJ, I told the team you were able to finish the game with the necessary item and they are all celebrating. Yay. Yeah, I haven't finished it yet, but I spawned back in, or I loaded my save, and the item that I needed to finish the game was back on me. So yes, very, very happy about that indeed. That being said, I will be at some point probably live streaming Behemoth again, because I want to play through it again on Barbarian the way I wanted to play it the first time. 2-day turnaround time was kind of hard to get just to beat it. So I want to replay it on Barbarian, and I've actually already started playing it on Barbarian again, but I'll probably restart it again. But yeah, that's usually how I like. That's huge for me too, GC. And yeah, I know Skydance is in the chat, but them and all people know that if their game was shit, I would tell them their game is shit. And I'm telling you right now, their game is not shit. In fact, it's great, and you must buy it. Now, when can I be expecting my signed Behemoth poster with the whole crew? go really well right next to this one. I'm just kidding. No, but really, I'm so glad that the game is patched now. It seems like it's. I wish it was. I wish it was it was like this patch that came today. I wish it was at launch, because I think or right before launch, because I think the reception would have been a lot better. But luckily, I think the people have your back here with Behemoth, and like I said, the people have spoken. People are defending this game. They're saying yeah, there's a couple issues, but it is so good. I hope it sells well too, man. I hope it sells well too, because they obviously spent a lot of time and money on this. And I want some DLC. I want more Behemoths. I want some more platforming. I want some platforming challenges. I want some Behemoths. and some different environments. I want a green environment. You know, give me some level variety here. Not just snowy mountains, not just castles and dungeons. I want to actually explore some like pretty green forests, and I don't know. Let me go to the beach. Let me go kill some people, chop them in half on the beach. Sounds like a really good time. Just make sure there's a coconut with a straw in it waiting for me there. Oh man, Santos the Gamer, thank you so much for the donation, my friend. 1337, appreciate you, man. It says don't spend it all in one place. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate your support. Sal, my dude, thank you so much for the donation, making Astrobot dance, baby. Thank you, man. It says let's go. The Underground next year going to be crazy, dude. January 2025 is looking really good. Oh man, I really need to change up this trailer though. 2025 is looking really, really good so far. I did my top 10 upcoming 2025 games. That's, you know, I want to see Bloody Hell Hotel, man. That's one I'm really looking forward to. Bloody Hell Hotel might have been my number one on that list. But I had to give it to Wanderer, because Wanderer's just a mind-melting, amazing time. And like, can you believe it? A puzzle game? A puzzle game number one? Huh? What world is this? What universe is this? Game Cat Photo Nutter. That was in the patch notes as well. That should be fixed. Yes. Sal, thank you so much for the donation, man. And thank you for the awesome Christmas gift. I hope you liked yours as well. Merry Christmas, bro. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to all of you. Oh, good stuff, man. Well, I'd love to go and stream the Game Awards, react to it and stuff. But again, I probably get my channel taken down, and I cannot do that. I cannot afford to have that happen. Pietrek F says Hitman for sure, number one. That was almost number one. The only reason I didn't put Hitman as number one is because if it doesn't end up well, I don't want my most anticipated game to be the most disappointing game of the year. I think Hitman's going to be great, but you know, it's 50-50. I think it'll end well. I think so. Really, really looking forward to that. But yeah, Hitman was so good. Hitman 3 trilogy, so good. Oh yeah, I mean, I'm excited about Zombie Army. I know I wasn't trying to be funny there. I actually am excited about this. I know this game, you know, didn't have really good first impressions, but it kind of sounded like it had a disaster of a demo. They were playing it on a show floor without any sound. Like, this sounds like really bad handling of the demo showcase. Also, XR games, lots of issues. So, my hope here is that Rebellion steps in and finishes up this game and makes sure it's up to their standards, because Rebellion standards are very high. They make very good games. And even with a small team that they outsourced Sniper Elite VR to, that game was actually really solid, like good 8 out of 10 game. So I'm hoping that this is similar. Man, I appreciate you guys. Arcanage, oh man, Arcanage is gonna be so good. GC, if you're taking notes, no more puzzles, please. Platforming. I want more platforming and swinging, and I want more behemoths, please, and more weapons I can upgrade. And that's about it. More behemoths like the second and third one. Those were great. Those were fire. All right, guys. I am going to get out of here now, but thank you so much, man. It's good to see you again after 2 weeks. Lots of exciting things right around the corner. And yeah, man, I think I'm going to go enjoy the Game Awards, and then I might go play some Redacted. So got lots of work to do. Right back to it, man. I really don't have any time to breathe these days. So it is time to get to work. And yeah, man, I appreciate each and every one of you. Before I get out of here, I just want to thank each and every one of you once again for being here, coming to hang out, listen to me rant about Metacritic and Behemoth scores from professional outlets. Yeah, man. But really, go check out Behemoth now. It seems like it's fixed and great, and love it. And thank you to everybody who donated. I really appreciate you, man. It really helps a lot. It really, really does. All goes back into here as well. And thank you to these lovely people who go to patreon.com/PSVR Underground. Support me on there. You can get some extra content on there sometimes. I got my full Behemoth review and some gameplay. And all those that go to VR-rock.com and use the promo code AJPSVR, get you a discount on some lenses. You can get it for PSVR, PSVR2. You can get it for PSVR1. You can get it for MetaQuest 2, MetaQuest 3. All the things you can get for basically every headset. They'll take good care of you. Just make sure you use my code, and they'll get you taken care of. See people still buying those, so thank you. It does support me a little bit, very, very little. I really did that discount just to get you guys a discount, but it does support me a very tiny amount as well. But any bit helps. But you all have a wonderful rest of the night. Thank you so much. Let's get out of here as we always do with some metal. Make sure you go join us in the Discord. Watch along, perhaps, to the Game Awards show. And you all have a wonderful night. I love you. I'll see you again very, very soon. Cue the outro. Thank you, Silver Nexus. My dude says, take care, be good, cheer for Behemoth is here, and game on, PSVR Undergrounders. Mischievous Marco, that game Underground Game Cat Elite Name Squad in the house. Santace Gamer, thank you so much for the donation again, my friend. It says free games on AJ's Patreon sometimes. Oh yeah, Hellsweeper giveaway coming very soon, by the way, Santace Gamer. Yes, I do. Sometimes when I get extra codes, I put them on there as well. Jars of Ash, the legacy of Kane Cat. Guy Son, fist bump to you. Salvador, my dude, thanks so much, man. Mark, Poppin' Pringles Leaf. Leroy Jenkins, 781 says, so what was the item that was soft locked for you because it disappeared? I can't spoil it. Go watch the Parole review, though, and I spoiled it accidentally. Prentice Summer Scales, Looper, the Underground Game Cat, Elite Name Squad in the house. We have always lived in the Castle Mary Cat. Hello, says I want a hot dog and hamburger and a milkshake. I do too now, since you mentioned it. Pew Trek F, thank you. GC13, the Diet Pepsi Cat, thank you so much. Game Cat Photo Nutter, 4D, all of yous. Bad Robo, Joey Katz, I see ya. Says Metacritic is poop emoji. I agree, except real life poop, not an emoji. Robbie, thank you. Steve IRE, all of you, have a wonderful rest of the night, guys. Appreciate you as always. See you again soon.